Hello everyone, my name is Disha Mehta, legal intern at Lexis and Company and a law student at Gujarat University. And today we are going to discuss about the various laws relating to environment and why they are needed. So let us start. So, as we know that the need for the protection and conservation of environment and sustainable use of natural resources is reflected in the constitutional framework of India and also in the international commitment of India. The Constitution under Part 4A, Article 51A, which is the fundamental duties, casts a duty on every citizen of India to protect and improve the natural environment, including forests, lakes, rivers, and wildlife, and to have compassion for the living creatures. Further, the Constitution of India under Part 4, Article 48A, which is the directive principles of state policies, stipulates that the state shall endeavor to protect and improve the environment and to safeguard the forest and wildlife of the country. Several environment protection legislations have existed even before the independence of India. However, the true thrust of putting in force a well developed framework came only after the UN Conference on the Human Environment, which was held in 1972 in Stockholm. After the Stockholm Conference, the National Council for Environmental Policy and Planning was set up in 1972 within the Department of Science and Technology to establish a regulatory body to look after the environment related issues. This council later evolved into a full-fledged Ministry of Environment and Forest. So, the Ministry of Environment and Forest was established in 1985, which today is the apex administrative body in the country for regulating and ensuring environmental protection and lays down the legal and regulatory framework for the same. Since the 1970s, a number of environment legislations have been put in place. The Ministry of Environment and Forest and the Pollution Control Board, that is Central Pollution Control Board and the State Pollution Control Board, together form the regulatory and administrative core of the sector. Now, the important legislations for environment protection are: first, the National Green Tribunal Act 2010. The next is the Air Prevention and Control of Pollution Act 1981, the Water Prevention and Control of Pollution Act 1974, the Environment Protection Act 1986, and the Hazardous Waste Management Regulation, etc. Now, these are the main legislation for environment protection and these are discussed widely. So, today we are going to learn and discuss some few more legislations or the acts or the laws which are relating to the environment. So, the first one we are going to discuss here today is the Wildlife Protection Act 1972. So, the Wildlife Protection Act 1972 was enacted with the objective of effectively protecting the wildlife of this country and to control poaching, smuggling, and illegal trade in wildlife and its derivatives. The Act was amended in January 2003, and punishment and penalty for offences under the Act have been made more stringent. The ministry has proposed further amendments in the law by introducing more rigid measures to strengthen the Act. The objective is to provide protection to the listed endangered flora and fauna and ecologically important protected areas. The next one is the Forest Conservation Act 1980. So, the Forest Conservation Act 1980 was enacted to help conserve the country's forests. It strictly restricts and regulates the dereservation of forest or use of forest land for non-forest purpose without the prior approval of central government. To this end, the Act lays down the prerequisites for the diversion of forest land for non-forest purposes. The Scheduled Tribes and Other Traditional Forest Dwellers Recognition of Forest Right Act 2006 recognizes the rights of forest dwelling scheduled tribes and other traditional forest dwellers over the forest areas inhabited by them and provides a framework for according the same. The Indian Forest Act 1927 consolidates the law relating to forest the transit of forest produce, and the duty leviable on timber and other forest produce. So this is the first part of the video. The next we will discuss in the second part. Thank you.